Gentlemen and ladies, this hearing is hereby called to order. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Vice Chairman of the Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs, Senator Greg Onasan. I have an opening statement. When the stomach protests, prepare for revolution. This is one painful reality that leaders of some countries failed to make sense of and which caused their fall from power. In a setting like the PNP Special Action Force, I would say do not mess with the mess allowance unless you are prepared to face a mutiny. Indeed, recognizing the nature of their work as the tagapagligtas of our country's police force, the uniformed personnel of the PNP SAF who engage in life-threatening police operations are given an additional daily additional subsistence allowance or ASA amounting to 30 pesos per day or 900 pesos a month, and allocations for explosive ordnance disposal hazardous pay, EODHDP. However, reports reveal that for fiscal years 2016 and 2017, the 4,000 members of the SAF only received their share of the ASA for the months of January 2016 and January to July 2017. It was reported as well that the supposed allowances, according to then Police Director Benji Lusad and Police Senior Superintendent Andrew Dizon, were used for operational expenses, fellowship, and training without, however, showing any proof of its disbursements and liquidation as mandated by law. As a former law enforcer myself, I know for a fact that allowances like this, even as meager as 30 pesos per day, go a long way for our men and women in uniform, even their families. We gathered this morning in reference to Resolution Number 712, which this representation filed last April 17, 2018, to ferret out the truth in aid of legislation on the alleged illegal withholding of the daily additional subsistence allowance and the explosive ordnance disposal hazardous pay allotted to the members of the Special Action Force. Our SAF troopers have suffered the lowest of the lows following the death of their 44 comrades during the botched or the successful 2015 Mama Sapano operation. We cannot allow, yet again, another injustice to be committed against our heroes in uniform who are in the forefront in our fight against the ills of terrorism and criminality. With that, let us begin. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our resource persons. Unahin ko na si Bato. The Director General of Bureau of Corrections, Director General Ronald De La Rosa. Of course, Director General Abayalde was here earlier, but he had to leave to attend a hearing on BBL in the House. But he's represented by Archie, Police Deputy Director General Gamboa, TCDS PNP, and of course the CIDG Director, Director Joel Obusan. The SAF Director is also here, Police Director Noli Talino, Police Director Benjamin Lusad, Police Senior Superintendent Dizon, SPO2 Myla Salazar Bustamante, you're here, and SPO1 James Rodrigo Irica, you're also here. Also in attendance is the former Director of SAF, Director Moro Lasso. Morning. Sino pa bang nandito? Wala na. Anyway, first question. What happened? Anybody? O start na lang. Director Lasso. What is this all about? The
Sir,
ASA?
we, to include me, because I was entitled to some months of ASA, did not receive our ASA despite the notices that we made to the leadership of SAF then to find the resolution, to find or to resolve this problem. That's the reason why we filed the complaint, sir.
Okay, first question, how many, what is the total number of SAF personnel entitled to ASA? during the period in question. We're talking here of the whole year of 2016, di ba? From January 2016 up to December 2016, walang natanggap na ASA. How many personnel were involved?
Sir, we found out that for 2016, only 1 month of ASA was released.
Only January 2016?
Yes, sir.
So from February to December, walang ASA.
Yes, sir.
And from July 2017 onward, walang ASA? Or January to July?
Non-ASA for August until December 2017, sir.
So may ASA lang ng January to July 2017?
Yes, sir.
So from August to December 2017, walang ASA. So how many personnel were involved doon sa non-receipt of ASA? So we can
I don't
start
have
with
the exact figure, sir, but if
Because
I
we
will
need
have
to-
to base it on my experience when I was the director of SAF, all of the members of SAF, except those undergoing the public safety basic recruit training.
those undergoing training.
Yes, sir. Or those on PSBRC, sir. Yeah.
So I need the numbers now. Do you have the numbers? Total number of SAF personnel who were supposed to receive or to have received their ASA from February 2016 to December 2016 and from August 2017 to December 2017. So we can come up with some computations.
Sir, I was able to find out. I'm not very sure if my
Anyway, Director
records.
Talino is here. You have the data? Please.
Good morning, sir.
Number of personnel mo.
Yes, sir. Based on our records, this is on a monthly basis, sir. No? Kasi pina-check, sir, natin ito by month. For February 2016, the number of entitled personnel is 4,087. For March 2016, 4,066. For April 2016, 4,042. For May 2016, 4,103. For June 2016, 4,085. For July 2016, 3,918. For August 2016, 4,227. For September 2016, 4,177. For October 2016, 4,034. For November 2016, 3,997. And for December 2016, 4,017, 17.
To December 2017.
For August 2017, 3,916. For September 2017, 3,902. For October 2017, 3,925. For November 2017, 3,897. And for December 2017, 3,904. So
Okay.
those are the...
Yes. So based on these figures, how much would have been the total amount for ASA for all this personnel in all the months that you mentioned? Kasi ito yung, as alleged, ito yung missing or were not given, di ba? Were not dispersed.
Yes, sir. Based on our record, sir, for 2016, January 2016 ASA and December 2016
No,
ASA.
February 2016 to December 2016. Kasi naibigay naman yung January.
Yes, sir. Pero yung December 2016, sir, accordingly, naibigay din, sir, noong December 2017.
Yung
ASA, sir, ng December 2016.
naibigay din.
Yes, sir.
So we're only talking of February 2016 hanggang November 2016.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Total amount ng ASA.
Actually, sir, mayroon kaming presentation if we
sige.
may be allowed
Go
to
Yeah.
present the
Better, para,
details of the ASA, sir.
para ma-visualize natin.
And my budget officer, Superintendent Bakay, will be the one to present it.
In the meantime, habang prepare yung PowerPoint, how do you go about distributing the ASA to your personnel? Based on your experience then and based on your experience now, kung pareho o magkaiba?
So far, for this year, sir, we haven't received any ASA yet for 2018, sir.
Normally, ano yung delay ng release? And where does the delay occur?
The delay, sir, is between 3 months to 6 months.
1 quarter to 1 semester ang delay.
Yes, sir.
Saan nagkakaroon ng delay? Sa NHQ, sa DBM? Where?
It's during
PNP, can you answer?
Sir, the lead time or the requirement for you to request for an ASA starts with the occurrence of an activity. So after the occurrence of the activity, an after activity report is required to start the process. But of course, this is covered by a basic request coming from SAF. Per experience, say for example, for January 2016, the request with all the supporting documents were given to the national headquarters 3 months after. Maybe because of the requirements that needed to be complied before NHQ accepts it. After that, it goes to the Directorate for Operations to evaluate the validity of the after activity report and the activity report, the activity itself, the occurrence of the activity itself. Then after that, it goes to the Directorate for Personnel and Records Management to check or to double check the issuance of the orders who are entitled to this specific collateral allowance, which is now being discussed, the ASA. Then after that, it will go to the Directorate for Controllership to be processed. Another thing that would require time would be the issuance of the notice of cash allocation, which is beyond the PNP because it has to be issued by the Department of Budget and Management. Then after that, it will go back to the PNP as monies supported by the vouchers. Then it is placed in a check, deposited to the PNP. Then ultimately, it will go to the Special Action Force. All of these processes, kaya sir nag-entail siya ng 3 to 6 months.
This is only true for ASA, but the regular subsistence allowance of 150 pesos a day, walang ganyan.
No, sir, because it is
Automatic yan.
automatic yan, sir, every payday. You get it.
But all the documentary requirements are ministerial, if at all, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Dahil entitled naman lahat yung SAF personnel except some of those who, as Director Lasso said, were undergoing training.
And
Sino yung mga hindi kasama?
in addition, sir, generally all the staff, except those who are assigned in the seaborne because they have sea duty pay, and those who are assigned in the air unit because they have the flying fee. You cannot, as a matter of regulation, accept 2 different collateral allowances. Hence, the restrictions on those who can only receive the ASA.
And SAP also has the data of all those personnel, or at least the number of personnel, during this period in question, who were undergoing either training or seaborne activities.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kompleto rin yan.
Yes, sir.
Senator Nasan is recognized.
One quick question, Archie. Itong 3 to 6 months na delay, do you have information and communication systems in place? In short, in layman's language, computerized na ba kayo pareho? Para yung tracking at auditing, real time. Because 3 to 6 months, baka that's part of the problem, no? The delay. When we monitor who are undergoing training, who are entitled to ASA or hazardous pay. So my question is, are these systems in place para you cut down on the timeline? One question muna.
Yes, sir. Kung sinasabi, sir, na timeline, actually, ang meron akong timeline, sir, is pagdating sa DC. Kasi sa DC, very specific yung kanilang timelines, 3 to 5 days, etc. Ang problema talaga is yung before that, which is the Directorate for Operations and the Directorate for Personnel and Records Management. Pero sana, if possible, I don't know if it's possible, sir, maybe we can study it. Probably rely on the credibility of our lower units, like the Directorate of Operations. Why do you have to validate an operation being conducted by the SAF themselves? Who has more power to confirm that there indeed is an operation? SAF siguro, sir. Kasi pag sinabit ni SAF yun, presume na yun na regular yun na nangyayari yung operation. Likewise with DPRM. Why do you have to recheck the names there when in fact, ang nag-issue doon is nag-issue ng orders is SAF itself?
Just a related question, Archie. No? Buti bringing up man. So that's what I'm asking. Yung systems that are in place. Dahil, ano ito, hard copies ang submission? Yun.
Di ito paperless, sir. These are all hard copies.
Yun ang punto ko, no? Maybe, as you said, no? Pag pinag-aralan natin mabuti ito, because, Mr. Chairman, with your permission, no? We're not here yet to prosecute, no? The committee report will be in aid of legislation para we can correct the institutional and systemic problems. And this is part of the problem. Pag papel yan, understandable yung 3 to 6 months. Pero kung paperless, pag pindot mo, nandun na. And we have terminals, di ba? Pagpasok ng recruit, nandyan na yan. That's just my point, Mr. Chairman.
Well taken, sir.
Yeah, thank you. But this is all internal. This is not a requirement of DBM. This is just internal sa PNP to mga requirements. Why don't you just, di ba pwedeng, as we talked earlier, hindi ba pwedeng by mere certification ng director ng SAF, yun na lang yung documentary requirement? Parang you rely on the certification of the director of SAF that indeed, the SAF personnel involved or who are supposed to receive their ASA, merong operational activity. Just to shorten the period, di ba? Eh kung kailangan pa yung after activity report to be authenticated by the DO, di ba mahaba talaga yon? A mere certification ng director ng SAF, it will only take 1 day. At the most, siguro, 3 days or even 1 week. But not 3 months to 6 months. Kasi ang DBM naman, pagka mabilis naman mag-release ng NCA, hindi ba? Sa PNP. Hindi ba?
Yes, sir. Actually, well taken, sir, no? Actually, the greater challenge would be next year. Kasi, sir, because of the cash-based budgeting, the General Appropriations Act is not only the release document to obligate, but it is also a release document for you to have cash. So, actually, yun yung challenge, sir, na
That
dapat
is on the
talaga
assumption,
mabilis.
Archie, that
Yes,
the
sir.
Budget Reform Act will be passed before year-end, Kasi nandoon yun, provision yun, yung cash basis, cash-based. So, anyway, sige, sino yung magpipresenta, Noli?
Superintendent Bakay, sir.
Are you related to General Bakay?
Sir, kapilido ko po, sir.
Sige,
Opo.
okay.
Police Superintendent Dominic Bakay, sir, the newly designated Chief Financial Management Division of Special Action Force. Good morning, sirs. Shown on the screen is the disbursement of the 37 million, the amount received from Police Senior Superintendent Andre Dizon. Next slide, please. For the type of claim, ASA, from January of 2016 up to December of 2016. Number of entitled personnel, 3,835. for the month of January. For the month of February, 4,087. For the month of March, 4,066. For the month of April, 4,042. For the month of May, 4,103. For the month of June, 4,085. For the month of July, 3,918. For the month of August, 4,227. For the month of September, 4,177. And for the month of October, 4,034. For the month of November, 3,997. And for the month of December 2016, 4,017. For the next column, personnel who haven't claimed their ASA yet. For the month of January, 227. For the month of February, 451. March, 430. April, 413. May, 365. And for the month of June, 463. Date received by Special Action Force from Regional Finance Service Office 16 or the NCR Finance. For the month of January 2016, it was received last August 18, 2016. For the month of February, September 29, 2016. For the month of March, September 29, 2016. For the month of April, September 29, 2016. For the month of May, October 26, 2016. For the month of June, November 25, 2016. For the month of July, December 28, 2016. For the month of August, January 9, 2017. For the month of September, January 9, 2017. For the month of October, August 11, 2017. For the month of November, August 11, 2017. And for the month of December 2016, August 11, 2017. On the next column is the amount released by the Special Action Force to entitled personnel. The ASA of for the month of January 2016 amounting to 3,355,440. Amount remaining 211,110. And date it was released to the individual entitled personnel of SAF September 16, 2016. So for the month of February 2016, date received by SAF from RFSO 16, September 29, 2016, amount released by the Special Action Force, 3,163,323. Amount remaining, 392,370. And the date released to individual was on May 1, 2018. For the month of March 2016, the amount released by SAF was 3,266,100. Amount remaining is 399,900. And the date it was released to individual entitled personnel was last May 1, 2018. On the month of April, amount released by SAF amounting to 3,259,800. Amount remaining amounting to 371,700. And the date it was released to individual entitled personnel was last May 1, 2018. On the month of May 2016, amount released by SAF, 3,476,340. Amount remaining, 339,450. And the date it was released to individual entitled personnel, May 1, 2018. On the month of June 2016, the amount released by SAF was 3,259,800. and the amount remaining 416,700. And the date it was released to individual personnel was last May 1, 2018. So that's all for the
Bakit lahat ng release sa individual personnel puro May 2018? Na dapat na-release yun kung ang delay is 3 to 6 months. Di ba dapat kung yung sa February, if we're talking of 3 months, so dapat by May or by March, na-release na, hindi ba? Or sabihin natin 6 months, kung February, dapat by July, na-release na sa mga individual SAF personnel. Bakit it seems na yung pattern, puro naging May 2018 yung release ng individual personnel? Why did it take that long?
Actually, sir, Mr. Chair, from February to June 2016, the amount released was part of the 37 million given by Senior Superintendent Dizon to SAF on April 12 and I think 15.
That's interesting. Where did the 37 million come from?
I will find out, sir.
I find out. Superintendent Dizon, saan ang galing yung 37 million na at kung kailan mo binigay yon do sa SAF? Kailan mo na-remit?
Sir, good morning, sir. Yung 37 million, sir, is part of 2016 and 2017 undisbursed ASA po, sir. Then,
Can you explain why undisbursed?
it was in my custody, sir, after we were relieved from SAP, sir.
When were you relieved?
January 24, 2018 po, sir.
Oh, so you were holding on to that amount from 2016 hanggang January 2018? Nasa custody mo yung pera? Why did you not release the funds to the to SAF or to the SAF personnel during that period na kailangan nila? Afterthought ba ito or what happened?
Sir, some amounts, sir, were released only in January, sir. Let's say, for example, Paul, sir, the August to December 2017, it was released only in January, sir.
Assuming, how about from February to November of 2016? Kailan na-release?
Sir, the last quarter of
No. From February 2016 hanggang November 2016, dahil December 2016, sabi mo na-release na the following year, di ba? Yung period between February to November of 2016, hawak mo pa yon as of January 2018.
yes, sir, opo, sir.
Why?
Sir, first, we were deployed in National Bilibid Prison, sir, and we were confronted with task to...
You were deployed. Kasama ka sa na-deploy?
kasama rin po ako sa mga nag-supervise doon po, sir. Pag pumupuntang director ko po, sir.
Pero trabaho mo, budget and fiscal, di ba?
Yes, sir. I'm talking of the whole SAP po, sir.
So is that the reason? Di ba mas kailangan nila yung additional subsistence kasi nasa ibang lugar sila, they were deployed? Bakit madidelay ng almost 2 years? January 2018, February 2016, we're talking of 2 years here. Tama ba? 2 years ba yun? Please answer.
Sir, ina-anticipate nga po namin, sir, yung deployment
Teka
sa...
muna. Before I forget, I think, Secretary, you administer the oath to our resource persons.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this Senate inquiry? Yes, I do. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Andres, sige, continue.
Sir, nagkaroon po ng delay yung sa 2016, sir. Kasi yung August at September, dumating po yun, sir, January na ng 2017, sir. Tapos yung last quarter po, sir, ng 2016, dumating po yun, sir, September na rin po ng 2017, sir.
Parang hirap paniwalaan na ganun katagal nasa pag-iingat mo yung... How much was involved? Total na hawak-hawak mo? during that
As of
period?
January 24, sir, nasa 37 po yun, sir.
Magkano yung kulang, Director Lasso? Yung total na dapat na-receive ng SAF personnel during the period in question, is it 37 million or
Based on
more or less?
what we found out, sir, it's 58 million, sir.
Total amount? 58?
$58,849,590 pesos, sir.
So there's a...
That is what we found out, sir. That is what we found out.
from the SAF personnel
Yes, sir.
involved
From our coordinations with SAF.
with SAF?
Yes, sir.
Oh, which is which?
Sir, with all due respect, sir. Yung 58,849,590 na binabanggit ni Sir Moro, yan po, sir, yung amount requested sa Camp Crame, sir. Pero ang actual release lang po, sir, is 56,382,420 pesos, sir.
26 million?
56 po, sir.
56 million, yung amount released.
Yes, sir.
So saan ang galing yung 37 million? So may utang pa kayo sa SAF.
Sir,
Kung nag-remit kayo, kahit delayed, ng 37 million at 58 million na sinasabi ni Director Moro, and then ang sabi mo, ang release ng PNP is 56, hindi pa rin nagtatama yung mga numero.
Sir, if you may, sir. Last April 20, may report po si Director Sir Noli Talino sa DC na in-account nila, sir, yung 2016 and 2017 ASA. And it says there, sir, that the 14 million, sir, goes to the meals of NBP sub-troopers, 400 sub-troopers at NBP for the period from January 2017 to July 2017, sir. Then the 37,638,000 represents the undisbursed ASA and HDP for 2016 and 2017, sir.
By the way, are you the only one authorized to release the ASA to SAF personnel? Or are there other personnel involved? Sa pagre-release ng ASA, ikaw lang.
Sir, base nga po dito sa complaint ni General Raso,
I'm asking you a question. Who are the other personnel authorized to release the ASA to the SAF personnel? Are you the only one?
may director po, sir.
Huh?
May director po, sir.
Who?
General Lusad, sir.
He's also authorized.
Yes, sir.
Kayong dalawa lang authorized na mag-release.
Yes, sir.
Director Lusad.
Good morning, sir. May I please be allowed to read an opening statement, sir?
Sige, short lang kasi meron pa kaming hearing ng 11. We will have to suspend or adjourn by 11 o'clock because
Yes, sir.
Senator Narasan will preside over a committee hearing, another committee hearing. Sige,
Yes,
short lang.
If only to emphasize, sir, our concerns. The Honorable Chair, Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs, Senator Panfilo Lacson, sir. The Vice Chair, Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs, Senator Gregorio Nason, sir. The former Chief of the PNP, Police Director General Ronald De La Rosa, sir. The TCDS, Deputy Director General Archie Gamboa, sir. The other members of the D staff, all attendees, a pleasant morning to everyone. Your Honors, I am Police Director Benjamin Macling Lusad, former Director of the Philippine National Police Special Action Force. On the outset, I thank the honorable members of the Senate for the invitation to be here today before the Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs to air our side on a case that has been filed against myself, Senior Superintendent Andre Dizon, SPO1 Myla Bustamante, and SPO1 Jack Irica before the Office of the Ombudsman. Upon my assumption as the Acting Director of SAF on 01 July 2016, I made a solemn oath that I will elevate the PNP SAF to a level wherein SAF troopers should be well motivated, highly trained, fully equipped, and tactically proficient, the mark of an elite fighting unit. This became the cornerstone of our ways forward for SAF for 2016 and beyond. We conceptualized activities towards this end, even as we were instituting reforms inside the National Bilibid prisons, in consonance to the priority program thrust of National Headquarters in the campaign against illegal drugs. We also embedded in cross-trainings with the Philippine Army not only for skills enhancement, but to further the concept of PNP, AFP interoperability as well. For the first time in SAF history, more or less 100 SAF personnel, the largest number of cross-trainees thus far, were sent to the 1st Scout Ranger Regiment and the Special Forces Regiment in Fort Magsaysay, Nueva Ecija. To compose the regular Scout Ranger Course classes 200 and 201 and Special Forces Combat Qualification Course class 11-2016. This move paid off eventually when during the Marawi siege, they formed part of the SAF contingent, immersed with the Scout Ranger and Special Forces battalions of the Philippine Army who fought in Marawi. This is over and above the SAF combat group comprised of the Rapid Deployment Battalion and the other battalions, line battalions of SAF. Our tactical gains in Marawi highly emphasize the importance of our initiatives on training right from the very start. The SAF combat group with Task Force Vector, JSOG, were the first to clear their designated sector in the main battle area on 09 October 2017, 2 days earlier than the rest of the combat groups. We needed to uplift the morale of our troopers, thus we facilitated brigade and battalion fellowships coupled with the shooting competitions and other skills tests. Skills enhancement is paramount, and overall, we excelled in tactical competitions. SAF brought honor not only to SAF itself and the PNP, but the country as well, with highly laudable performances in the country and abroad, while pitted against special operations forces in skills and endurance competitions. Given these accomplishments, SAF was presented with the Gold Eagle Award in the PNP's Performance Governance System Proficiency Evaluation Process, the only Philippine National Operational Support Unit that has done so. Throughout all this, I had placed my trust and confidence in the members of my command group and staff in implementing the respective tasks along our set objectives in accordance to standards and PNP regulations. Thus, as DSAF, I focused on the operational aspect of my work towards the accomplishment of our unit's core functions, covering counterterrorism, counterinsurgency, hostage rescue, search and rescue, civil disturbance management, development and training of SAF personnel, and other official duties directed and required by the intent of National Headquarters. Your Honors, what SAF is today stems from the collective efforts and sacrifices of every individual SAF trooper in its fold. As the former DSAF, I had placed my life on the line a number of times alongside our troopers in the front lines, all for country, people, the SAF, and our troopers. It pains me that after all these sacrifices, I am now being accused of plunder, malversation, and grave misconduct, allegations that I have never committed in my life. My service reputation for more than 37 years now will bear me out. Your Honors, I now am before you as an alumnus of the Philippine Military Academy and hereby invoke my alma mater's honor code. To the Chairman, Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs, and all PMAyers in this hall, I say all right, sirs. Thank you, sir.
Question, what does it have to do with the missing ASA? Your opening statement.
Your Honor, I would just want to emphasize the work that we had done, the sacrifice that we had done in SAF, sir.
We recognize that, no?
Yes, sir.
Even before your time, even after your time, we recognize the sacrifices of SAF personnel.
Yes, sir.
My question is, what does it have to do with the missing ASA as alleged by the SAF personnel, the complainants for that matter? Ang pag-usapan dito, nasaan yung ASA? And hindi pa rin nasagot completely yung tanong, saan ang galing yung 37 million?
Your
Kasi
Honor,
late na late eh. Saan nyo kinuha yung 37 million na pinampuno nyo doon sa kulang na asa ng mga SAF?
Your Honor, right from the
Paano
start,
kayo nakaremedyo?
Your Honor, right from the start, when I assumed command, I had given my trust and confidence to the members of my staff, sir. I was focused on the operational aspect of my task, and I was actually never informed that such funds would be coming from ASA.
Say again, you were made to believe that what?
When I asked, sir, my staff, especially
Meaning,
my...
referring to Senior Superintendent Dizon.
Yes, sir. If funds are available, he would answer the positive. I had always the belief that those funds are available for such kinds of activities, but never
And you were
was-
not aware that such funds were not distributed.
No, sir, that such funds were coming from ASA.
Such funds, which funds?
The
Di
ones
ba nga asa additional subsistence allowance na dapat ibigay sa mga tao?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wherever they go, wherever they are deployed, whether organized mess yan or individual mess, bumili sila sa Jollibee, basta't kasi yung 150 plus 30, bahala sila. Or if it's organized mess, i-compute nyo pa rin equivalent doon sa kanilang subsistence allowance plus yung additional subsistence, di ba?
Yes, sir.
So, ano yung sinasabi mong hindi mo alam or you trusted your staff, referring to Senior Superintendent Dizon, na nandyan yung asa?
Yes, sir. I was not involved actually, sir, in the specifics of how they did it in the finance aspect, sir.
Andre, kindly. So, ikaw lahat ito?
Sir,
May
thank you, sir.
kinalaman?
Sir, ang ASA, nire-release, sir, pag may clearance sa director, sir. Bilang staff, sir, sumusunod lang po ako sa director ko.
So, hanggang wala siyang order na i-release yung asa, hindi mo ma-release.
Sir, yes, sir.
So, one of the reasons why na-release lang nung May dahil wala instruction sa iyo or hindi ka nakakakuha ng clearance na i-release from February 2016 to December or November 2016 and then from August 2017 to December 2017. That's what you're saying. Inutusan ka lang niya mag-release May of 2018. Is that correct?
Sir,
No, answer. Is that correct? Sinabihan ka lang, sige, release mo yung asa nung May 2018 or few days before May 2018 kasi May 1 kayo nag-release eh.
sir, only those dates involved, sir. What was shown earlier, sir. January and December, sir. 2016, sir.
Ang pinarelease niya.
Sir, yes, sir.
All others, hindi niya pinarelease.
Wala naman po sinabi, sir, kundi
So, saan napunta yung pera kung hindi pinarelease? But the monies were available at the time. The funds were available.
sir, yes, sir po, sir.
Na-receive ninyo
Yes, sir.
from NHQ.
Yes, sir.
Kaya lang, hindi nyo dinisburse, hindi nyo nirelease sa individual SAF personnel na dapat na-receive nila.
Yes, sir. But, sir, let me clarify it, sir, na yung August to September 2016, sir, and the last quarter of 2016, dumating po yun, sir, late na ng part ng 2017 po, sir.
Yeah, nevertheless, kung dumating ng, when you say later na dumating, kailan yon? What month are you talking about?
Yung August and September 2016, sir, dumating January 2017 po, sir.
Okay, so dapat na-release din ng January 2017. Pero wala ka naman kayo na-release ng January 2017. Lahat ng releases nyo, May 2018. And this is on account, based on the information that we gathered, on account of a dialogue between you, Director Lusad, and the group of Director Lasso. Tama ba yan? When did you meet with them to confront them?
First meeting, sir, was March 27, 2018.
What transpired during that meeting?
Sir, sir, as a backgrounder to that meeting, sir, when we made known to SAF that we were about to file a complaint. I was a group of Director Lusad and Andre Dizon.
So at that time,
me
Director
out.
Lusad was still the SAF director. Eh,
No longer, sir. No longer.
Sinoli na? Ikaw na?
Yes, sir.
Sige, continue.
So I asked them that if they are not going to, I told them that if they're not going to release the ass of the troops, we will file a complaint. And so they asked me if we could have a meeting inviting former SAF directors and the complainants that were with me. Initially, sir, they asked that I be the one to talk with them alone. I told them, no way. I will have to talk with you, with the other complainants. So there was difficulty setting up a meeting because they were the ones looking for a place and they were the ones ensuring the availability of the people in attendance. So I volunteered that I will be the one to arrange the meeting with former SAF Director Napeñas present, the present SAF Director Talino present also, I myself, and some of the complainants, and Senior Superintendent Dizon and Director Lusad. So
Where did you meet?
that meeting was held at SAF headquarters at 5:00 p.m. on March 27, 2018. Before that meeting, sir, I told them that General Napeñas was no longer interested to attend that meeting. Before it was finalized, sir, that the meeting will be on March 27. I told them that General Napeñas was not interested to have that meeting and was even urging us to file the complaint already. So I asked General Talino that the two of us should convince General Napeñas to join that meeting so that we can hear from them how they are going to solve the problem. Sinabi ko, sir, sa kanila, in that meeting, we want to hear from you solutions to the problem. Kasi sabi ko, sir, sa kanila, we are ready to file the complaint. So nangyari nga po yun, March 27, yung meeting niyon, 5:00 p.m. at SAF headquarters. They told us, sir, Senior Superintendent Dizon were telling us how they use the funds, and in fact,
So how did they use the funds?
they told us only of two things, sir, at the time. Because if I remember right, they told us that they used the funds for the messing of the NBP boys. Itong mga Bilibid boys, sir. Tapos, sorry.
Before we continue, no, I'll go to the other points. Itong dialogues ninyo between you and the current and past leadership of the SAF, where was the chain of command of the Philippine National Police during this time? Because ang impression ko, Mr. Chairman, is this was not a purely SAF matter. No? The SAF is part of the PNP. I'm assuming that. No? So, was there any intervention from the chain of command? Were they involved? Did you consult with the leadership of the PNP so that this can be resolved, the way it should be resolved, in a unit as cohesive as the SAP, a bureau under the Department of Interior and Local Government. So, simple question. Nasaan dito sa...
None, sir. For that part, we wanted to keep the problem under wraps na puro SAF lang muna, hoping that we will be able to solve the problem. Doon pa lang sa SAF level.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I asked that question because you were poised to file a complaint. There were inputs already, no? And you're hoping that this dialogue would resolve that properly. Precisely that's, you have to understand what where I come from, Moro, no? I know that you want to solve the problem at your level, no? But when you're poised to file a complaint, diba, involving SAP personnel, it becomes a problem of the entire Bureau. It becomes a problem of the Philippine National Police. So, that's just my question. You may or may not. I'm just asking that. Anyway, Chairman, please continue.
Okay, so what happened during the first meeting and then subsequently there was another meeting?
Sir, before we we went to the first meeting, sir, I was, sir, long before these meetings in March, I was also already coordinating with Director Talino. I told them already that if the ASA of the boys will not be given, we are going to file a complaint. And so I told Noli, being a classmate, I told him that parang lalabas sa leadership mo ito, so you better prepare me, sabi ko, sir, sa kanya. But for this March 27 meeting, sir, si General Napeñas no longer wanted that meeting to happen, despite the fact na request ni Director Lusad yon. So sinabi ko, sir, kay Noli na kumbinsihin nga natin si General Napeñas na ituloy natin yung meeting sa March 27 because gusto nga natin marinig sa kanila kung ano naman yung solusyon nila sa problema. So we were able to convince General Napeñas to join that March 27 meeting. So nangyari nga po yung meeting na yun. Before that meeting, as the most senior officer dun sa present na yun na meeting, he gave maybe about a 20-minute talk on what is ASA and how and its importance to the boys. Of course, we know all this. Alam, sir, natin to. But he was very emphatic na ito yung ASA. Kabuhayan ang tawag dyan. Pag dumating po yung ASA, ang term ng tropa dyan, dumating na yung kabuhayan. Bakit, sir, yung ASA importante? Especially for those na, ang tawag, sir, namin sa kanila, overseas. Those who are deployed outside of Metro Manila. Why? Because yung ATM nila, wherein incorporated na doon yung subsistence allowance nila, normally, syempre, iniiwan sa family yan. And so, yung kabuhayan na yan ay inaasahan ng tropa yan para pangtustos dun sa pagkain nila while they are in the different parts of the country. You look at it, it's only 900 pesos a month, pero kapag naipon, sir, yung 900 pesos a month, malaki ang value niyan. So, yung sinasabi niyo, sir, kanina na organized messing. So, yun, in-explain ni General Napeñas, and the same opening statement ni Director Lusad, binanggit din niya, sir, dun. In fact, we disagreed with him na hindi lang siya yung, he put his life on the line. Kami ni General Talino, we joined SAF when we were second lieutenants. I think we put our lives on the line more than what he's telling. But anyway, sir, beside the point. But we castigated him for that. Sinabi ko sa kanya, hindi lang ikaw yung nagpusta ng buhay dito. Sabi ko, lahat kami pumusta ng buhay dito. So, sinabi, sir, nila na yung pera ay ginamit nila sa subsistence allowance ng National Bilibid Prisoners Guards of the NBP. Bilibid boys, they call it.
That point I cannot understand, Hindi na-release yung ASA na deploy sa Bilibid prisons. Di ba dapat ang pagkukunan mo, hindi ASA? Kung meron ka diyang konting savings o reserve o MOE, yun muna gagamitin mo. Pagdating na ASA, saka mo ipupunan, di ba? Hindi ko makuha yung rason na ginamit muna namin yung ASA para sa pagkain doon sa NBP dahil na-deploy. I cannot understand that.
Correct, sir. That's the
Diba,
reason why.
Asa na nga ito yung dapat na dala-dala ng tropa papuntang NBP. Sabi ko nga, whether nagluto sila doon, pinul nila yung tig na 900 nila, nagluto sila ng maski lugaw doon, or yung tig na 900 pesos nila, pinambili na sa Jollibee, kanila na yon. Pero dahil walang ASA, ba't kinuha muna yung ASA para hindi ko makuha?
That was precisely my reaction, sir. Sabi ko sa kanila, you cannot touch the ASA for Tawi-Tawi boys to use it for NBP boys.
Wait a minute. Another point. Hindi ba sabay-sabay na-release tong ASA? Pagdating ng ASA ng SAF, pag na-release yung mga Tawi-Tawi boys, pag na-release yung Marawi boys, pag na-release yung Mama Sapano boys, di ba dapat release din lahat ng boys para sa lahat ng boys? Bakit parang may discrimination? At
Sir,
ginamit mo yung ASA ng Tawi-Tawi boys para sa NBP boys. Hindi ko rin makuha yun.
Yun nga, sir, yung tanong nyo kanina na you were asking how we were releasing the ASA. Of course, during the time of General Talino and during my time. During my time, sir, I only continued the practice of my former SAF directors that I followed. I served three former staff directors, General Cuy, General Santiago.
Which is, how do you release the ASA?
Yes, sir. The ASA, tama sir yung sinabi ni General Talino, may be delayed, maybe about 3-6 months. Pero during my time, I made sure that the ASA will only be delayed by 3 months. That's tama sa yung sinasabi ni Senior Superintendent Dizon na ang clearance to release the ASA when I was the commander comes from me. Sasabihin ko lang sir yung budget officer ko na yung mga ASA nandyan na ba? Sasabihin niya sir sa akin, sir wala pa. O sasabihin niya na sir yung buwan na ganito andyan na. Pag nabuo na sir yung 3 months, sasabihin niya sa akin, sir buo na yung 3 months. Sasabihin ko sa kanya, release. In fact, sir, no, walang mga papeles, sir, doon na involved. Tawag lang or text. Basta sasabihin lang, sir, release na. Go, release. That was during my time, sir. Yun ang experience ko. So, totoong na-delay, sir, yung
Tapos
ASA.
na tayo doon. Subsequently, you had another meeting.
Yes, sir.
Sige.
In that March 27 meeting, sir, sabi nila, okay, sabi nila, kasi we were forcing them. I was forcing them to, hey, what's your solution? So, sabi nila, can we ask for another meeting para i-reconcile namin yung records namin with the records of SAF. And so it was agreed, sir, that another meeting there was going to be another meeting on April 6, 2018. Again at initially 2 o'clock p.m., but nai-move earlier at 10 o'clock p.m.
Sige, never mind the other details, but yung substance. What happened during that meeting? Ano napagkasundo?
Sir, unfortunately, in that April 6 meeting, I was absent. But some of the
Who were
complainants...
present?
Superintendent
Sige, please,
Sobrepeña, sir.
Continue. You were present noong April 6 meeting. So, pick it up from there. You administer the oath.
Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the Senate inquiry? Thank you.
Good morning, sir. I am Police Superintendent Victor Sobrepeña, sir. I am present during the second meeting in behalf of the respondent, sir, because Sir Lasso did not attend the second meeting, sir. The second meeting was conducted on April 6, 2018, sir, at about 10 a.m., sir. Same venue, SAF Conference Room, Kampaong Diwa, Bikutan, Taguig City, sir. In addition of the attendees on the first meeting, sir, are Police Senior Inspector Gerald Balance, CEO of 132nd Company of the AUD K9, sir. SPO 2 Myla Bustamante, SPO 1 Jack James Erica, and PO 1 Marlene T. Tarepe, sir. Same with the result of the first meeting, sir. There is no solution offered, and in addition of their reasons or kung saan nila ginamit yung pera, sir, is yung training, sir, commando course and airborne course, and fellowship, sir. Yun lang, sir. And expenses, same with the reason, sir, ng first meeting.
Wala pa rin solusyon. Paano nangyari yung nagbayad o nag-produce ng 37 million? Saan na-decide yun? Paano umabot doon? Sige, Noli.
Yes, sir. In addition to what General Lasso has said, dadagdagan ko lang sa ring statement niya plus si Vic Sobrepeña. When I was designated as director of the PNP SAF, nung inisyuhan na sir ako ng order, effective January 18. So tumawag si General Lasso, sabi niya, Bok, may issue ang ASA dyan sa SAF. Advise them na i-release yung ASA. Otherwise, kakasuhan ko sila, sabi niya. So upon assumption, on January 23, during my visits to the battalions and companies in the provinces and regions, of course, sir, tinatanong ko sir yung tropa kung anong mga issues and concerns na gusto nilang i-raise sa akin being the new director. So, one of the common and recurring issue is yung ASA nga, yung delayed release of ASA. So after that, I organized, or I created a special investigation team headed by my Deputy Director, Police Chief Superintendent Dennis Basni, and with all the other staff ng PNP SAF, purposely to check or investigate kung anong nangyari dito sa ASA. And then, yun nga sir, nagkaroon ng meeting. The first meeting was on March 27, yung sinabi ni General Lasso. And then April 6, yung second meeting. But on the first week of April, I informed already the former Chief PNP, Police Deputy Director General De La Rosa, on the issue of ASA. So sabi niya, sige sir, i-check mong mabuti yung issue na yan para sa ganun ma-solve natin. And then while waiting for the third meeting, sana, nung grupo ni General Lusad and General Lasso, nakapag-file na sila ng kaso. So, pina-stop ko na rin sir yung investigation ng SIT because mayroon ng kaso sir sa ombudsman. And then, on the same day, nung nag-file ng kaso si General Lasso, I was called up by General Lusad and he said that, sir, magbibigay kami ng 10, sabi niya. 10, 10 million. So ano yan, sabi ko. So part of the ASA. So sige, sabi ko, kukunin namin yan. Dahil pera ng tropa yan, wala akong gagawin dyan kundi i-distribute ka agad. And then after few days, tumawag siya ulit na magbibigay na naman sila ng 27. So total na 37. Before distributing, I asked our legal officer. Nagtanong sir ako, humingi ako ng legal opinion. Sabi niya, sir, pwede mong i-distribute, sabi niya. So I directed my former budget officer to determine the month, kung anong buwan sir yung hindi na-release yung ASA, and then kung sino yung entitled, kasi marami na rin sir lumabas. So medyo nahirapan sir kami doon sa number entitled recipients doon sa ASA, especially noong 2016. So slowly sir na-distribute yung ASA except yung July or August 2016 to July 2017 na accordingly doon sir nila ginamit yung part of the ASA doon sa Bilibid Boys, which is 150 pesos per day per person. Na sinasabi nila na yun yung
Ano yan, Benji, extra? Parang sinagot nyo yung, may subsistence na sila eh. May 150 regular subsistence allowance, plus yun nga, merong ASA na 30 pesos a day. Ano yung ginamit nyo pa yung ASA, papunta doon sa ASA? Yan ang...
Your Honor, may I let my former budget officer answer that?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
but the question has not been answered. Ano talaga yung source ng 37 million, the 10 and the 27? Because keeping that amount for that long period of time, you know, raises a big question mark. Ang laking question mark yan. Saan ang galing yun? Nasa vault nyo. Sabi mo, relieve ka na nga eh. Where did it come from?
Sir, again po sir, yung 37 million na yun yung 2016 and 2017 undisbursed ASA sir na kinustody ko sir bilang the former F6 and I'm accountable for it po sir. So during the time sir na na-relieve kami sir, hindi pa dumating po sir yung kapalitan ko sa SAP sir. That was January 24. So I am accountable for the money, sir. So I better secure it, sir.
Did Director Losad purposely instruct you to hold on to that money?
Sir, no, sir.
Sarili mong diskarte?
Yes, sir.
Bakit
Because,
mo tinago? Naandyan na yung pera, ba't hindi pa dinistribute?
sir, during the time nga po, sir, na nagre-reconcile kami ng record nung kapalitan ko po, sir, that was sometime in February, if I may recall, sir, that was February 23. Napag-usapan na namin, sir, kung paano i-settle, sir. Then, there was an information nga po, sir, na tungkol kay Sir Moro, sir, na may ika-clarify siya. But, we cannot do it, sir, because General Lasso was still in US, I think, sir. Dumating lang po siya, sir, nung some last week ata, sir, ng March 2017 po, sir.
Alam mo, binabasa ko yung submission nyo rito. Medyo magulo eh. Hindi nag-a-add up yung mga numero nyo rito. Meron naka-indicate dito. Ito galing sa inyo to. Ano to yung receivable from DOJ? 2,160,000 pesos. Tapos, of course, meron dito mga catering services. Ano bang pagdating sa NBP? Say meron deployment yung SAF. How do you go about their organized mess, yung deployed troops?
Sir, during the first days of, Your Honor, during the first days of the deployment of SAF to Bucor, we were promised by DOJ to be given additional subsistence allowance for the SAF troops deployed in the Bilibid. But I don't know what happened later. Hindi ko na alam kung naibigay ba o hindi. So that was the reason na binigay sa akin ni General Lusad when I confronted him. Actually, sir, Your Honor, hindi ko pa alam itong lahat na itong problema na ito. It came to my attention lang lately nung malapit akong mag-retire. I was told by General Talinio na may namumuong problema, sir, sa SAP. So, yung pinapalab ko sa kanya, and I confronted right away General Lusad, and I told him, sir, ano ba talagang totoong nangyari dito? And he told me, sir, huwag kang mag-alala, kayang-kaya kung dipinsahan yan, sir, dahil actually some of those money were used doon sa pagkain sa Bilibid dahil natrupa sa Bilibid dahil yung DOJ hindi nakapagbibigay ng as promised, kaya nagastos namin doon. I don't know, sir, kung anong as to the specifics, si General Lusad na may alam dyan, sir, sa details.
Yun nga, it's hard to believe na yung ASA gagamitin mo para sa ASA. Abunan mo yung ASA, nanggaling sa ASA, ngayon, yung ASA hindi naman nare-release. Hindi mo nakita yung inconsistency. Sana man lang kung, okay, meron akong reserve, abono ko muna dyan sa ASA kasi kawawa yung tropa, nakadeploy na. At pagdating ng ASA, saka natin i-liquidate, saka natin i-reimburse do sa, o ibalik do sa whatever reserve you have, or whatever MOE. Di ba? Pero para ang katwiran mo, hindi, gamitin ko muna tong ASA, kasi gagamiting ASA doon. Yun ang hindi ko makuha talaga yung, I don't know how you will explain that. Saka pinanggalingan ng 37 million. Yung dalawang nadamay na mga finance sergeants, sige, contribute something to humanity.
Good morning,
Kasama
Your Honor.
kayo sa kinasuhan, di ba?
Opo, sir.
Oh, bakit? Anong kinalaman nyo rito?
Bilang liaison finance sergeant lang po, sir, ng Special Action Force po, sir. Sa akin po dumadaan po lahat ng mga papel po, sir, para po magkaroon sila ng ASA po, sir.
So, yung mga dokumento, na-release ba o hindi yung ASA?
Na-release po, sir, yung pondo po nun, sir.
Kailan?
Hindi po updated, sir, yung release po, sir,
Hindi
sa
nga,
amin.
yung mga dates na natatandaan mo na na-release. Of course, periodic yan eh.
Opo. Bali yung
Kailan
last
yung
po,
huling-huling release ng ASA?
ang last po na-release sa amin, sir, is January 2018 po, sir.
2018?
Yes po.
Yung unang release,
Sa 2016 po, sir.
anong month?
Yung para sa month po ng January, sir, na i-release po mga, ano na po, sir, July 2016 po.
Ikaw, Erika?
Yes, sir. Good morning po. I'm SPO1 Erika po.
Ano naman ang papel mo dito?
Sir, ako po yung finance PNCO ng sa pag may parating po na kabuhayan or ASA, kasi ang tawag sa SAP ng ASA is kabuhayan. Instruction lang po inaantay ko kay Sir Dizon kung i-release o hindi.
Ano yung lag ng pagkatanggap mo nung ASA doon sa instruction na i-release o wala at all instruction to release?
Pag nakuha ko po yung pera, sir, o na-withdraw sa bangko, ini-inform ko po si Sir Dizon na, Sir, ito na po yung ASA.
Kailan yung unang pagkakataon na ininformahan mo siya dito sa period na pag-uusapan natin, yung February 2016 onward?
Yes, sir.
Yung unang release, kailan mo siya sinabihan na, Sir, nandito na, nakuha ko na yung, na-withdraw ko na yung pera?
January po, sir. January 2016, and then yung
2016.
December po na-release nung December 20.
Yung para sa anong period? Yung na-release ng December 20?
Period po daw po yun ng December po.
Hindi. Nakuha mo na yung pera, nakakuha ka ng January 2016.
Opo.
Ano sumunod na nakuha mo yung pera? Anong month? Don't look at each other. I'm asking you. Alam mo, pag
February po.
February.
Opo.
So talagang nare-release talaga
Nare-release
siya.
po talaga po yung pera. Pag nakuha ko po yung pera,
Ano
sir.
yung average sa time ng delay o period ng delay?
Months din po, sir.
Mga ilan?
2 months or 3 months
2
po.
months, 3 months?
Yes po.
Pero, maski na-delay ng 2 months, 3 months, hindi kayo nakapag-release ng ASA at all. Dahil nung na-release lang nung May 1. Di ba?
Apo.
Ikaw ba nagsoli nung 37?
Hindi po.
O hindi rin, di ba dapat dumaan sa'yo? Dahil ikaw laging kumukuha ng pera sa bangko, ngayon na iba na. So hindi bangko pinanggalingan nung 37 million. Baka kahadiyero.
Hindi ko na po alam yung sir, yung
Wala ka na doon.
Yes, sir.
So, Andre, saan ang galing talaga yung pera? I'm very curious.
Sir, yun nga po, sir, yung proceeds ng 2016 and 2017, sir.
Mr. Chairman, Benji, we listened to your opening statement. I'm just speaking for myself. Naniniwala naman kami that we have the best policemen and soldiers in the world. We're not prejudging you, but habang nagsasalita ka, and I say this to all of you gentlemen, hindi naman tayo iba sa isa't isa. Some principles come to mind. One is, Benji, I'm sure you're aware of this, no? Command responsibility. Okay, you trust your staff, pero pag sumablay, you absorb the shock. You don't go around pointing fingers na, pinaubaya ko. It happens to the best of us, trust me. Okay? The second is, keep your commander informed. Mabuti, binanggit ka ni Ronald, ni Bato, na he tried to intervene. But based on the statements of Moro, no? He wanted to contain it. Pero pag kasuhan na, that becomes very public. And there's one principle that we adopt. No? Nasa national television tayo, and nalulungkot lang kami ng ating chairman. No? You know who your chairman is, di ba? Former chief of the PNP. Now we are exposing our strengths and weaknesses on national television to friend and foe. Akalain mo na nanonood sa atin ngayon yung kalaban at kakampi, tapos pagkain, subsistence allowance, anak ng baka. Sumabog ng ganito, hearing. Nakakalungkot lang. Okay? Which brings me to my final point before I beg the leave of the chairman. We have to attend to the peace and unification naman, no? So, maybe prospectively, Mr. Chairman, with your permission, this is a systems problem. No? Prosecution is another matter. Pero maybe, Archie, no? Gentlemen, you better study your systems. It begins with tracking and inventory of the people, our personnel. Assuming that they are authorized to be there, of course, how many they are, who they are, what they are doing. Diba? Binanggit mo kanina, Archie, na paperless, dapat yun ang direksyon natin. No. So that we can cut the delay. And then the finance, the subsistence, the accounting, I have to be consistent with the line of questioning of the chairman. So saan ang galing yung 37 billion? That question has not been answered. That's part of our tracking mechanism. Kung na-relieve na, bakit hawak pa nila yung pera? There must have been a mechanism to unburden them. Bakit nasa kahadiyero? Diba? Tapos papunta na, dineploy na sa National Penitentiary, bakit hawak pa nung na-relieve na yung pera? There should be a mechanism for that, no? So Archie, I'm asking you, on behalf of your committee, without prejudice to the decisions of the chairman. Now, we work on this. This is systemic. This is institutional. Diba? This will recur. I'm guaranteed talaga yan. This will happen again and again until we move in that direction. This is moving forward. So, you have to help your committee out here, no? We cannot, we can carry on. We have more problems to attend to than look for where the subsistence allowance went. We have, I guarantee you, gentlemen, we have more serious problems. It will become worse before it becomes better. That's what we have to prepare for. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir. Probably, I have already in mind how to go about this, although still in mind, sir, on the works. Maybe this is a question of personality because of the system that we have now. Probably, removing the discretion on the part of the person who's supposed to distribute it would be one thing. Probably from the funds of the PNP, it goes direct to the individual because that is our intent. And probably, ASA, which is supposed to be given to support as an additional subsistence of activity, if possible, should be given prior to the activity to serve the purpose. So if you give it before the activity, direct it to the individual, no agency intervention, no discretion on the part of the commanders or finance PNCO, guaranteed this will not recur. Of course, there are other problems like if the money is already with the individual, paano mo siya ibalik para magkaroon ng organized messing? Well, internal systems may be developed within the unit. But these are the things, sir, that I'm looking into when we had discussions the other day. So probably yun yung general direction, sir. Paperless, immediate delivery of the subsistence, possibly prior to the activity, and bring it directly to the individual. So no unit intervention, no discretion on the part of the, just like a traffic enforcement, if there's no human intervention through cameras, then through the camera you issue a ticket, there's no room for corruption because there's no room for discretion when and when not to issue a traffic ticket. So these are the things, sir, na hopefully mapag-aralan namin sa PNP, sir. And rest assured, I will personally commit that we look into this and go for better measures so that this will not happen again, or at least prevent it to a greater degree to happen.
Ronald, you mentioned something that is relevant to the issue at hand. Yung DOJ is providing additional funds for troops na nakadeploy sa loob ng NBP. Is that the practice, as a matter of fact? Based on what you know?
Based on what I know, practiced by the PNP, sir?
Ng DOJ, na nagpo-provide sila ng augmentation fund.
It has been a practice, sir, since it was given to...
Since you were Chief PNP?
Yes, sir. During the first days of deployment.
Nagbibigay ng DOJ?
Yes, sir, but I don't know kung tuloy-tuloy pa yan hanggang ngayon. Mukhang hindi na.
Hindi na? Bakit may nakalagay dito sa submission ni na Director Lusad ng collectibles from, ito, NBP collectibles, tapos, I suppose sa catering ito eh. Pero meron ditong receivables from DOJ. Ano yun? Sige, Noli.
Yes, sir. When I ask about the messing of our troops in Bilibid, sabi ni Andre, meron silang MOA with the DOJ before. During the first 3 months yata ng deployment ng SAF sa Bilibid. So accordingly, yung DOJ will be the one to support our SAF troopers doon sa kanilang messing, which is 150 pesos per day. So siguro, dahil wala namang binibigay kaagad yung DOJ, pinunuan nila sir ngayon ng galing doon sa ASA. Unfortunately, yes sir.
Ba't pupupunuan ng ASA? Yung ASA.
Yes,
Eh,
sir.
kanila talaga yun eh.
Yes, sir. Unfortunately, yung DOJ, mukhang wala, naputol na sir yung support, but nakapag-release sila a total of 9.9, sir. 9.9. So may request sir kami ng reimbursement, pero hindi ko sir alam kung babayaran pa sir yung remaining amount.
Eh, malamang hindi na bayaran ng DOJ kasi nawawala nga yung ASA eh. If I were the DOJ, why would I give you additional subsistence on top of your subsistence on top of your additional na nawawala? Di ba?
Sa ngayon sir, yes sir. Sa ngayon sir, starting I think August 2017. So wala na sir yung 150 per day ng tropa sir doon. So organized messing na sir sila, kanya-kanya.
Pero
na.
based on your knowledge, noong 2016 at 2017 meron.
Sila sir yung...
Eh, hindi nga nagsasabi ng totoo eh. Mahirap tanongin yung dalawa na yan. Wala kang balita na noong 2016, 2017 nagbibigay?
ang alam ko lang sir, yung na-release na check eh, base sir doon sa record. Mayroon sir, bali, I think 5, nung umupo sir ako, mayroong dumating sir na 2.1 million.
So meron.
Mayroon sir, pero accordingly, wala na sir ngayon, tigil na.
As of August of 20...
Baka last year pa sir yan eh, hanggang December lang siguro sir, 2017.
Anyway, it's almost 11, so we'll suspend for a while. But kindly find out from DOJ, Ronaldo, no? Kung meron silang, dun sa period in question, kung nakapagbigay sila ng augmentation fund.
Yes, sir.
Kindly do that and submit that in the next hearing.
Yes, sir.
And sa SAF, yung more details on the releases, pati yung, kasi ito, saan ang galing yung pinresent kanina? Yun yung sa SAF, hindi ba? Pero lumabas nga, puro May 2018 yung releases. Parang lump sum eh. So we want to find out, the committee would like to find out, saan talaga nanggaling yung 37? Definitely, hindi na sa ASA nanggaling yon. Or, as alleged by Andre, inipon nila yung ASA. Kung hindi nagkaroon ng confrontation, hindi rin i-release. Di ba? Yun ang the long and short of it. Kung hindi nagkaroon ng threat at confrontation, hindi nyo release yung yung 37, anong division, anong contribution yung dalawa doon? Sa iyo galing lahat yung 37? Ha?
No po, sir.
Lahat?
No po, sir.
Magkano lang sa'yo doon?
Sir, ASA po yun, sir.
No. Magkano yung sa 37, magkano yung nanggaling sa'yo? Out of the 37 million? Whether it came from ASA na nakatabi or from other sources, magkano yung sa'yo doon sa 37?
Sir, again, sir, sa ASA po yun po, sir.
No, I'm not asking mapaasa ng galing, mapasaan. Magkano out of the 37 million, magkano yung sa'yo ng galing?
Lahat po, sir.
Lahat, 37?
Opo, sir, 37.
Okay. So, yun, paki-submit lang, Ronald, and in the meantime, we will suspend. Thank you.